Hey guys, so I wanted to walk you through what I'm looking for when my amateurs are sparring. On the left, it's Colton.
When we spar,
this
we
is
try
his
and hurt
third hour
one
in a
another,
row, so
not
you'll see him
injure
get a little tired, a little more than the other
injuries
guys. He was
will
just here
happen.
longer. And then my collared friend over there, that's Josh. And he is one of my more experienced amateurs. Still young, I think he's 3 fights or 4 fights in, so something like that. But every Wednesday night is our amateur sparring night.
Nice.
A lot of our team just fought a week or two ago.
Jab and circle. Get off that wall. Get off that wall.
The 3 that are here they're very good. Josh has a wrestling background. Colton here, he is learning jiu-jitsu. I mean, he is like sponging it up. And so what I'm trying to force him to do is not defend on jiu-jitsu. He gets the shot in there, and I got to remind him, don't shoot on people that are way bigger than you. So Josh is the big dog in here. Oh, the face punches. See,
Good, you
pull
deserve
guard,
those
you get
face
hit.
punches
It's the way it works.
for pulling guard.
So Josh is probably the most experienced amateur
the
at
shot,
my gym. And George is up there. But anyways, George isn't here tonight, so Josh is the most experienced amateur. And he's very good. He has a little power in his hands, but he's learning. He wants to learn. He's an electrician by trade, but he's I could see him going pretty far in the MMA world, whether it be UFC, Bellator, PFL. He could get a couple of those big money fights eventually.
Cut him off, both of you.
First things first,
get off
get
the
him a win in
cage,
his
put
next
the other
fight.
person on the cage.
But he's in there. He's wrestler by trade, and so I'm trying to force him to use his hands a little more, especially on the days where he's the biggest man in the room. Said we've got a rule tonight. Said if you get a takedown, you get 5 to 10 seconds to work, whether it be jiu-jitsu or striking. But we're not going to let anyone lay on anyone tonight. So Joshua, what I want him to start doing, I really want him to start focusing on, is I want him to get Colton's back pushed up against the cage and start cutting him off. Colton's got some decent stand-up. He's real quick with certain things. You'll see him land a rear uppercut from a distance a time or two tonight, and he's really nailed that. His kicks are doing all right.
Good.
But the problem with Colton here is he keeps accepting guard, and I'm trying to break that of him. Josh, I don't want him to shoot much tonight. I want him to walk everyone down, whether it be Landon or Colton, walk him down, try and trap him on the wall.
30 seconds.
He's not doing it just yet.
Colton, I want to see
more. You
more.
can't hear what
you
I'm cornering in the moment, but you can hear what I'm
wide
going
legs,
to be
wide
cornering
legs,
now.
defend it.
I want him to cut off that wall, get on top, but don't shoot from the open, shoot from the wall. There's my kid in the background. So that's kind of what I'm looking for out of him. Colton, I want him to stop being on his butt. I know Josh is a good wrestler and Colton is significantly smaller than him, but I would still like for him to stop accepting guard. And round 1 is done. Round 2, we have Colton versus Landon. Landon is a very good wrestler. He was a state qualifier in high school. He's not too much older in high school. Actually, I say that, I have no idea how old he is. I don't think he's that old.
Lead, rear.
I should really ask him. I think he's like 22 or 23. If I find out he's 28, I'm like, oh man, he's got a baby face. But anyways, he's a very good wrestler. He's 0-1 as an amateur. However, he was dominating the kid. He was on top, mauling him, throwing the strikes. And he's like, oh, you know what would be great for me here? Me to throw myself to bottom. So he went for a head and arm triangle, from mount to a head and arm triangle. What in the hell?
3,
I haven't
2,
/stopped yelling / making fun of him that since it happened. There was no tap there. Time ran out. I'm only giving him 2 or 3 seconds. 3 or 5 seconds. Particularly since Colton has been here for an hour and a half longer than the other guys. I'm going to call a little earlier.
Alistair, stop.
Now Landon, his wrestling is fantastic. His jiu-jitsu is getting better. But I want to see him start loosening up. You can see here his shoulders are a little tight. They're far better than they used to be. I want him to be able to, when he spars, when he's jogging or jumping, when he's doing it, his shoulders will have a little bit of give. So I want him to stand. I want all 3 of them to stand up all night. Because strikers make more money. It's just true. But Landon, I would like to see his shoulders just loosen up a little bit so his hands aren't so stiff. Good defense by Colton. I love it. But then giving up his back. And that's a problem you see a lot of amateurs make, is when they're defending a takedown, they go for a headlock. Headlocks don't work, kids. You got to understand, headlocks do not work. He did defend the takedown, but it was really Landon just not wanting to finish it right now, wanting to focus more on the stand-up. Now they're in there. Now neither of them are jabbing nearly as much as I want them. Oh, look at that. I forgot he did that. I hope he gets choked.
Now you went to the hip. You got to go to
neither,
the...
I'm yelling
3, 2,
during the round.
1.
I want to
Back
see
up.
them, and time is up.
Now when you went to the double, you went to the
I want to
hip.
see them
Mistake
jabbing
I
more.
make as well.
Colton
You
has
gotta
a
go to the
really
knee,
good jab.
knee,
I
the
just
leg,
want to see him throwing it more.
hamstring.
Landon, he's got a very powerful jab. Like, it's a big one. It comes from a little too far away. There's that rear uppercut I was telling you about from Colton. It lands a surprising amount of time. It's landed on me once or twice. Like, well, that shouldn't have happened, but it did.
Nice. Circle off.
And you can see also in this, so on top of the rear uppercut Landon's been landing, look, that one hurt. I've been trying to get him to utilize that lead arm a little bit more. Get the lead hook, get that jab going, come over with that big power overhand
Attack.
with that
Blitz.
lead.
Alley bum rush.
And he's been doing a much better job of it.
Time.
Sticking that jab, coming with that rear uppercut, and the round is over. Round 3, we have Josh versus Landon.
Now I want you guys to work on controlling that cage.
So we're
Stiff
watching.
jab every
Again,
now
we've
and
got 2 wrestlers now. One big wrestler,
Paint
one
that
real
jab.
good wrestler.
Get him
Landon's
backing
a
up
real
a little
good.
bit.
Josh is a good wrestler. I'm not. Josh, if you're watching this, I'm not knocking your wrestling. Just Landon, I've seen Landon get some really slick transitions. Josh, you've taken me down in the past, but
Oh, it's all good. Thank you.
anyways, so we've got the bigger wrestler versus we'll call him the little guy style wrestler, where he's a lot more transitions. I don't remember who gets the takedown in this one. It goes to the ground eventually, but Josh is doing a much better job this round, walking Landon down,
Throw that
staying in
jab,
front
bring
of
it back
him,
to your
keeping that
face.
pressure going forwards, walking Landon backwards, and then getting the shot, and then getting it. Shooting from too far away without setting anything up can get very
over his head,
difficult and
Josh.
very
He's looking
costly.
down.
A lot of
Come
times
over
you
and
get
drive.
sprawled
Nice,
on real
Landon.
hard.
Good. Good.
Sometimes you shoot too far away, you get a
Lewis
George
would be cornered,
Masvidal.
yeah.
No, wait, it'd be Ben Askren by George
Good.
Masvidal.
I like the knees. Just controlling the position.
Luckily, they're amateurs, so we're not even practicing flying knees yet. Ooh, in the lat drop. I'm glad I caught that on camera. I didn't remember if I did or not.
3, 2.
It's a big guy
1.
move. It is. Little
up.
guys can do it, but it's so much more fun when the big guys do it. And time is up. Back to your feet.
That's cute.
It's such a romantic little hand hold right there. Oh, best of friends. Oh, those are my kids in the background doing
Josh,
what God knows
gentleman
what.
Mackey.
They're very loud. That's why I muted the video, actually. So they're in here, and they're sparring. Josh, again, takes the center of the ring. Beautiful. Cutting him off. You see the footwork from Josh, which I'm really loving. Trying to herd Landon back. Landon did a good job of getting on the outside of that lead hook. Power to Landon. Josh, we got to work on it. But Josh
Cut him
was
off,
doing a
Josh.
much better job of
There we go.
controlling the
Now
center of
we
the
cut
action,
We get his
forcing
back foot on
Landon
that
backwards
cage.
with the jabs to where he gets those shots. Well, I'm going to continue developing that shot. I'd like to see him more dedicate himself to it. I know when you're fighting littler guys, you can take worse shots is the wrong way to put it, but you
By
can
the way,
take
y'all
shots
should do
from a
it.
more standing profile as opposed to being down on the ground with it.
Cut him off. Cut him off. No free get-offs.
I think there's a little bit of a cup check in there somewhere. And now they're back at it. Sparring, I'm telling you, for those of you that don't fight, you should know sparring is as much fun as a man can have.
Attack, attack, attack. You
He's
have
in
him
there.
back. You have him
They're not.
It was
We
the one
had. I
mistake
didn't
made
film
in my
it, but
fight.
we had a real
Probably
hard
made a couple,
drill
but it was one.
before
I
this.
didn't keep
I was
him
having him do 2 power strikes followed by a huge kick on a
There you go. Nice
pad.
combo.
1 minute rounds, but you were
It
in the
would've been
center
their
for
fault.
2
Good,
minutes at a
keep
time.
going.
It was exhausting. So everyone's going into this a little tired. Colton has been here for 3 hours at this point. The other 2 have been here for about an hour and a half to 2. Boom, round's over. Colton's back in. This is Colton's last round. Mr. Big Mackey there. He has 2 more rounds to go. So Colton just had a round off. It's his last round of the day, and then he gets to go home. Well, he'll sit and watch everyone else and help clean up, but you know what I mean. So they're just having a hell of a time. The focus of tonight is I want to see them
block
controlling the
that
ring
hand.
more. Josh has been doing a wonderful job. Colton, he's been doing a good job of using that lead hand, which is something we've been working on in the weeks leading to
Pick it up,
this one.
Dumbo. Pick it
I'd
up,
like
Dumbo.
to see him circle a little better,
Colton,
throw a
get
little
back
more
there.
power on it, but again, they're all a little tired. And that was beautiful by Josh. Drag him off the wall, and if they're looking at the ground, force them to look at the ground. Put your hand on the head, beat him up. I didn't think Colton was going to be able to get up from here. Well, he did, but then he got brought back down. In time, get back up. For those of you that don't spar, don't fight like that, when you're fighting a guy that's bigger than you like Josh is, it can get to your head a little bit because you know if you get taken down, you have to get up under a big man. It's crazy watching it happen. Or
Cut him off, Josh.
being in the mindset where you know it could happen anyways. It changes the way you spar. And there's Tom Galicchio, Toothless Tom, Tom the Tank, UFC legend, Ultimate Fighter, almost winner. I think he came in 3rd or 4th place.
3, 2,
comeback season.
1.
Oh, and the slaps. You only do that to your friends. Don't do that to your enemies, kids.
All right, keep going, keep going.
Josh thought he heard a bell, but nope. He was slacking off that bum. Good. Colton's ready though, as tired as he is. Good. Using that lead
elbow
hand.
down on that jab.
That lead hand is going to really develop for him. I'd like to see him. There we go. I was going to say I'd like to see him keep his rear hand up as he throws that jab. And there it is, hiding that kick behind the rear cross. Beautiful job. Like I said, Colton has been like a sponge as I've been working with him over the last few weeks. And I mean, I've taken minor credit. Tom Galicchio works with him every day. I get one day a week. But he wants to learn, and he's developing such a unique style. I love watching him spar. I love watching him get better. He's going to make his amateur debut later this summer. I think he's going to start in kickboxing, but then we're going to do, which is good because he's more of a jiu-jitsu player. And my little girl almost died. She would have been very
30
upset.
seconds left, guys.
But Colton is going to make his amateur debut. We're starting kickboxing, trying to break him some of those jiu-jitsu habits. And he'll have a good time because as an amateur kickboxer, he's going to have to wear a headgear. And the actual rules are you're not allowed to hit that hard. Nobody really follows the rules, but those are the
Lead
rules.
hook, low calf kick.
So Colton's getting better. We're going to really put some power on everything in the next few weeks. We're going to start making it so when he spars, people fear his hands because he has the potential to do it. I really mean that. That's the end of Colton's day today. Last round of the day, guys. Landon versus Josh. Who will win?
Soon.
My kids are getting tired of me. My kids, they come down with, it's a 2-hour drive down to Chattanooga. My kids come with me every week. And then they're there for 3 hours, and then they drive home to it. It's a long day for them. So at this point, we had about...
Josh. Keep on the cage. Don't back up. Don't give up ground. Nice.
We had about 10 minutes left in class, and they were ready to go. They knew
I
it.
hated that shot. You get it.
We always get Little Caesars on the way home, though, and they love that. Pizza.
Ooh.
I have too
I'm
many
going to let it
kids.
be here for a little longer than if you were on top, Josh. I want to see you get up. Josh, I want you up. Get off your back.
Because Josh is the bigger fighter, I'm going to let him be on bottom for a little longer because I want to see him get up. I want to see him work. I'm always proud of my little guys when they get the big guys down. Now, I don't like how Landon pulled Josh on top of him. Take advantage of it. It happens. You get the back.
Flatten him out.
But anytime somebody's on top of you,
try and flatten him out.
it's a bad day. So you never pull someone on top of you if you're taking them down. I'm not even a big fan of doing what Landon's doing here, where there we get on top, and he knows it. He knows that's what I want to see. Now we're gonna try and flatten him out.
Lock your hands under his armpits. Bridge.
We're gonna try and flatten him out where you can really drive into him. He's getting a little high, but he makes the correction, and now he can just tee off on Josh. This is where I got Cameron Graham, my fight from 2 weeks ago. This is where I got him 3 times in the fight.
2, 1, back up.
Good, and then we stand him back up. We're focusing on the stand-up tonight. Maybe next week we'll do a little more grappling.
Right, go, 53 seconds.
Or as my French Muay Thai instructor would say, fuck yous. Fuck yous, guys. Oh, another takedown. Josh is tired at this point.
More than I want to see in the future.
Josh, if you are watching, we have to make your cardio better. We've been pushing it a little bit in the last camp, but we got to get more.
He postures up, you grab his head, and you bring him face first back down. But good, get those shots in. Josh, you got to get up. Short time. Get up, explode up, explode up, explode up.
So what Josh tried to do there is called the fat guy roll. It's one of my favorite sweeps, I guess you'd call it. It's a wrestler thing, not a jiu-jitsu move, but it works so well on so many people. Didn't work this time. Oh, and he gets on top until the bell rings.